Hey, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing
Good.
pretty grand.
Who said that?
The invisible person, duh.
Ah, there we go.
I'm I'm just
Are you
I don't
feeling
know.
blessed?
No, not blessed actually. Well, so first off, um, it's kind of weird. It doesn't have my character's name there. It says something about Melissa.
Are you not Melissa?
No, not today.
Oh, what? You
Oh
didn't
dear
tell me this ahead
God.
of time. Who are you playing?
We'll just have to see, won't we?
Oh dear God.
And the rumor that anytime one of my characters gets to 5th level and thus too powerful, that Neal knocks them off in some sort of, nefarious way just because he can't deal with having 1st level characters and a 5th level character becomes too hard to play. No one is saying that. No one is saying that. I don't know where those rumors got started. That all my 5th level characters inexplicably die even though they're at the height of their power.
Well, everyone
That's
always
just
dies at the
fake
height of their
news.
power in
That's
this game.
just fake news. Fake news. Sad.
Fake news. All right.
But anyways, that's not what's got me not sure about what's going on here. So wanted to ask out this woman here. But it's complicated. Instead of just being able to go do that like an adult, she's in my book club. I'm like, well, okay, if she turns me down, then it get kind of awkward meetings. So I'm like, I wanted a little more like an indication that, she might be interested. So I was telling my friend this. She says, hey, I know. We'll look on her Facebook. We'll look on your Facebook here. I've got this website. It says if they do this, if they like your Facebook posts, and if they like your picture, if they're the first one there, and analyze all this stuff, and then you'll be able to tell. So I did this, and it turned out to be inconclusive, except the weird thing is there was one person who completely fit this, liking, whenever I change a profile picture, liking my post first and everything. And, I gotta say, I am flattered, Neal.
I'm married.
And I can't say I didn't think about it, but that was my thought. You're married, Neal. You're married. And I get it. Your wife is gone a lot and you start to feel kind of lonely. But I feel like the feelings aren't really for me, Neal. I feel like you need to take those feelings. I think it's coming because you miss your wife, and I think you need to take those feelings and put them back into your marriage. And I think in the end you'll thank me.
Rob, there might be one little problem with your analysis here. It doesn't work if I'm the only person to like your photos and statuses.
Yeah, Rob, that still can't just be one way.
I don't know, Neal. I think that might make it all the clearer. If you're the only one, right?
Maybe there's something subconscious that I'm even not aware of. But while I reflect on that, how are the rest of you doing, and how has the rest of your week been?
It's been all right.
Yeah, all right. I told it already all in Hardcore Heroes. Playing a lot of story-driven games recently, I have to say.
Story-driven games are the best.
Oh.
Anything in particular you want to share?
I played today. I played a lot of the game is called Masquerada, I think. Yeah, Masquerada. Songs and Shadows. It's quite nice. Has a lot great voice acting. Really great voice acting. I mean, the main character is voiced by Matthew Mercer, so you can expect good things, but it's really good. I mean, yeah.
Cool.
Got a story for this one. I just want everyone to know. Over at Command, we got ourselves into a pretty crappy situation. You see here, someone had the great idea that toilets are too good for them, and they just need to crap on the floors. So in response to this, the director, the Power School, and all of them got together and was like, what's a great way we can what's a great way we can put a stop to this? I know. We'll create a head watch. And of course, they're going to go be all serious on that. But no, it's definitely the poop watch. So what that means is all of the students get to stand a 2-hour watch from 5 in the morning to midnight on weekends, and then 4:30 to midnight on weekdays. And 2-hour watches, and we get to stand in the bathroom and basically make sure that every time someone leaves, they did not poop on the floor.
So you spend 2 hours a day guarding a bathroom.
U.S. government at its finest, people.
Tax dollars well spent, everybody.
Well, no, see here, that's the thing. They aren't paying us anymore to do that.
I know, but it's an allocation of your time and resources.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how they're gonna stop the poopatrator.
See,
God, this is the sort of high questioning important things I wish the
stuff.
media would cover. You know, getting rid of the poop corruption.
See, I'm kind of
Navy.
thinking the actual strategy is not for you guys to catch somebody doing this, but for you guys to get so annoyed that, like, you know, behind the scenes, you're like, whoever the fuck is doing that, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you if that happens again.
Oh, Rob,
Just stop it so we don't ever have to do this stupid duty again.
You think that hasn't already happened? Like the moment they announced this, like everyone was talking about, oh my God, if I find that guy, I'm shanking them. Because it affected, like, it happened down on the enlisted deck, and like one of the civilians in my class who was prior enlisted, he's like, yeah, it's probably an enlisted mechanic. They like their poop games. And because he talked about how they'd find poop in random places on the boat because the mechanics would find where people hide during cleaning time, and then they'd poop there.
Why?
So they couldn't hide there during cleaning times anymore.
What the fuck?
Welcome to a bunch of dudes on a boat,
Oh my
ages
God.
18 to 29 for the most part.
Oh my
Yeah.
They're
God.
like 2 30-year-olds.
What a shit show.
That's a whole new Call of Duty there.
Yeah, it is. So, I mean,
Uh,
we just got to find this phantom pooper, and hopefully we'll be done with this in like a week. But I don't want to stand poop watch.
Well, you're gonna have to go soap and socks, I think, to beat it out of them. Well, let's start our game today. Everyone is hanging out inside of Shenanigans. Everyone's favorite bar, run by everyone's favorite bartender, Desmond the Dashing, the mighty warrior turned bartender and lazy husband. He means well, and he never does anything wrong. He's just kind of incompetent, and he's a guy. He's a man's
the
man.
town.
He doesn't pay attention to what he's doing. He doesn't realize how his actions affect other people, and he's easily distracted.
You could say he has a small jealousy problem.
Yes, that too.
Small.
Anyways,
So sitting around this table is Zen,
hey,
Droopy,
hang on.
The Rock,
Oh, you said it right.
and
So La Sombra says, how could I have been gone if I never went anywhere? Or how could I be back if I never went away?
what? I completely forgot this character's name already. It's not actually La Sombra. What's the character's not secret name?
The character is definitely an elven woman named Jill and not a male elf named Jack dressed up to escape the clutches of the dog Fia.
I'm just still confused.
I remember the character from far back, and I sometimes watch Shenanigans.
Wait, Jack and Jill didn't die? Are we
Nope.
sure about this?
Yes.
Okay.
And is thus the oldest, longest lasting surviving character. Suck it, Ryan.
No, I don't know about that. Fuzzy's character is still alive, just retired.
But the Sombra was episode 1.
That's true. The Sombra's been around forever.
Hmm.
Woo.
That
I
So-
suppose Droopy is not sitting on a chair, but kind of curled up on the table, resting, making cute eyes.
You hear this as you're sitting around. Well, yeah. But what are you guys doing sitting around this table? Let's figure out what are you all up to? What's been going on?
this.
The Rock is just pumping iron.
Yep.
Pumping his rock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just get up, go over to Desmond, and say, "Hey, Desmond, thanks for letting me learn those spells. The ones that I actually learned, I wrote down non-magical copies, and hand him over the 2 scrolls."
Takes him. Thanks, buddy.
All right, and then I just go back to the table.
Droopy is just curled up on the table, looking at whenever someone has food on the table, just looking at them with a begging stare that only a 17 cuteness, 18 willpower kobold can give them.
The rest of you? Sombra?
Zen just stares back.
Okay, can we please have a willpower?
Jill is practicing on her
My willpower?
on her guitar or her lute.
That's my willpower.
Okay.
Can you do Back in Black?
You can name it. I can play it.
Do Back in Black. Let's do it.
All right. As the song starts to play, you hear this heavy sob coming from the kitchen, just like wailing. Oh God!
Yep. Cutting onions. Nothing to see there.
By the way, then can we please quick test out if you have to look away or give me something to endure this cute stare?
I mean,
18 willpower. Come on, you can beat it for 25. Can you withstand the cute kobold?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
He stares right back into your soul.
You
That's
see
so
Vorasi
annoying.
staring back.
I just give her a nod.
You probably stare at some other tenant, some other patron. Just if someone walks by with a plate of food and just
So, the sobbing continues, and you see Desmond walk back towards the bar. When the sobbing gets a little bit louder, and then Desmond comes out, like wiping some goopy stuff off of his shoulder a few moments later, shaking his head. Oh, God. Comes over to your table. So, look. Borsh's wife left him.
Ooh.
Yeah, turns out a Kuban mail-order bride's not such a hot idea after all. Who would have known, right?
yeah, I forgot. She was a man.
There's no way he could have known. Like stuff like that. He just got unlucky.
Well, apparently
Curry was
she's,
murdered for nothing.
apparently she's pregnant with his child and just couldn't take it no more, so she took off back home. And, I think we're gonna need a new cook. Is that something the four of you can wrangle up?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're. Oh wait, no, you weren't here a couple weeks ago. We did a pretty good job cooking.
Are you offering to
No,
be
we
a
aren't.
cook full-time
No, we
employment?
aren't.
Okay, well, we need a full-time cook for a little while. We need a part-time, full-time cook.
A seasonal cook?
I don't know what an orcish mourning period, how long the orcish mourning period lasts, but I hope it's not a season. maybe a seasoning morning cook? No.
Mm.
This is getting complicated. We need a cook. If, well, you find one, let me know. I'd be happy to give you a finder's fee. He gives the table a tap, and then just moves on to the next table and repeats more or less the exact same conversation with them. Letting everyone know that Shenanigans is in need of a cook, while poor Borscht is lost in his tears.
Holy crap. Jill can't cook. How did I let that skill go by?
All right.
All right, so here's the plan. We got to find the best cook and kidnap him. I mean,
Or
who
we
doesn't
could
want to work here?
find his wife and see if it's just hormones and maybe they can get back together.
Or we could wait for the next quest lead.
That's true. Again, this is like another quest where we spend more than we make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no actual,
Droopy looks at Zen and then in Kobold. Bury wife? Takes a shovel.
She's not dead back in Kobold. She's
Doesn't
not.
matter.
She has a child.
One grave for two.
Oh, God.
2 for the price of 1.
You're a monster.
Hey, we could.
He's a
we
cute
could put her in
monster.
the. We could put her in the ocean
All
and
right,
just make her a human submarine.
I'll go up to Desmond. So, how long ago did she take off?
Well, you know how orcs are. Really closed off. He hasn't said anything about her in a while. I don't know if she left last night or if she left a month ago.
And what was her name again?
Does Desmond really care?
John.
Borsch's wife was called Mrs. Borscht. That's her official title. Now that she's no longer Mrs. Borscht, I don't even care to know her name. She hurt my friend, so we'll just call her the ex-Mrs. Borscht.
That sounds vague enough that you probably didn't plan her as an important NPC, and therefore we're not supposed to go chasing after her.
That's a ridiculous method to playing this game. Why would you ever only go after what is intended by the GM?
Well, if we don't go after what's intended by the GM, we could just completely ignore the whole thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it'll just kind of blow over.
Oh.
Do any of you guys play an instrument? You could back me up in my new solo project.
I can
I
play.
felt that Lutes and Lyres was kind of constricting me, even though I was the only one left. And so I decided to go solo. Maybe start the Jill project.
I've got a rock. It's one of the greatest instruments of our time.
So you ask if someone has an instrument. Do you have a buff guy with a rock, a kobold with a shovel, and a mage who does not blink?
This sounds like the
Lasso
perfect
does
garage
not play an
band.
instrument.
Well, maybe we should find out. I mean, it seems like if we could help a family, stay together,
Right.
that
Keep them
might be a
together.
good thing.
We
That'd
keep them
probably be pretty
together by imprisoning her.
You hear a horse out front, which isn't unusual. There's
That
some-
wasn't just ambient.
No, some jingling of spurs, and the door to Shenanigans opens slowly with a creak. In walks a man dressed with in a leather vest with a lasso hanging from his side, a wide-brimmed white hat.
Oh God! No.
What do you call
We
him?
need to kill him again.
He's got
I have
big
a feeling I've
leather
heard-
chaps, high boots, and a short sword or a club at his side, as well as a
Thank God.
crossbow slung over his back with a bunch of quarrels stuck through his bandolier across his chest.
Yeah, that's how that
If you had
works.
said whip at his side, we would have killed him
He
immediately.
did.
Well, that's
I mean-
ridiculous. Lasso, no whip.
Yes.
A whip is a fair instrument of the trade.
He looks around the bar and then slowly starts walking up to the edge of it. Desmond perks up and goes over to meet him, and the two lean in close and exchange whispers.
Can I make a perception check to try to hear?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Still just pumping iron.
I don't see you pumping iron. I think you've stopped.
What?
You have to pump iron as long as the rock is pumping iron.
Oh crap! That's gonna be hard. I've actually already done this kind of a lot today.
Should have
I
saved
played
it.
a whole lot of Eve.
Yeah, 27.
All right. You can overhear a little bit of the conversation. It sounds like they're reminiscing over old times. And then the unknown man says something to the effect of, "Well, it's time to do my job." Gets up and comes over to the table where you guys are.
What's up?
Slams his hands down, leaning over, says, "All right. There's a new dog catcher in town. You have one day," he looks directly at Droopy, "to get the vermin out of this town. Otherwise,
As he
I'm
said-
coming through, catching
says
all the
so-
dogs and getting
As he
rid of
says,
them."
dog catcher, you hear
I don't have a
clicking,
dog.
You hear a clicking noise, and you see Droopy lifting her light crossbow at him.
You lift your crossbow at him.
You hear not lifted at him. You hear clicking and see Droopy with a crossbow in her arms.
Are you loading the crossbow?
It is loaded.
Then make me an initiative roll immediately. You have threatened an important NPC in Shenanigans. Oh, you cannot beat a 4 with a crossbow. But let's see you roll
Who says
initiative
I'm
anyway.
using the crossbow? I never said I'm using it.
No. The man makes a grab for the crossbow.
I did not roll yet.
You
Did
rolled
not
a
roll yet.
6. Oh,
I
no,
did
that
not
was
roll.
Zen. Okay, I saw the 6.
Yeah. Let me see. If he wants to do something, okay. What
Well,
kind of?
It doesn't seem like
Oh,
you were
that's
about to
actually a
shoot him
7.
anyway, so he's making a grab at the crossbow. If you're not trying to fire it back at him, then
Oh no, I want to cast something. If he wants to do something against me.
He probably isn't prepared for
Four.
a magic kobold.
4. Well, you guys both tie. He makes a grab at your crossbow with a nat 20, holding it fast, the quarrel and the base of it. You're casting a spell?
I cast fear.
And Zen, you're probably casting light.
Continue the light.
Don't worry.
All right, you're casting fear
That's
as he
okay.
grabs your crossbow. He gets a saving throw, right?
Yep, save first spell.
It's cause fear, right? The first level spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my arms are
It's a
going to
normal
be jello
save.
tomorrow.
Okay. Normal
Any
save.
wisdom modifier applies.
Ooh, 13. What's his saving throw?
18.
He passes.
Ooh.
He grabs the crossbow and yanks it out of your hand. Give me an opposed strength check. Although I don't think you can beat a 30, 15 and 17,
I could always roll
32.
natural. I could always roll natural 20.
You could?
But not
But
even close.
But not. Even if you rolled a natural 20, you'd only have a 28. He would still wildly beat you. He rips the crossbow out of your hand and kind of tosses it to the other side of the room. Zen, you get your spell off.
Yeah, continual light on his eyes.
15 is a pass. The bar is magically lit. Desmond immediately calls out, "Who the fuck lit the bar? Soft lighting only!" Zen! And comes storming over to the table, sword in hand, half drawn out. For the last time, Zen, stop lighting the bar. Do you know how hard it is to go and get someone to get rid of this continual light spell? The next time you do it, I swear to God, I'm going to throw you out on the curb.
Hey, tell
Ooh,
me
I'd pay to see that.
us.
This buddy here, he didn't attack nobody.
Hey,
No violence
he
going
told
on.
He told us to get Droopy out of the town, or he's
Nah,
going
he
to be
said
coming through
vermin.
and killing him.
You know who this man is?
So he's
The man with no name?
Don't be ridiculous. Everyone has a name. His name is
All right.
Dave.
Dave from Darkback Mountain.
Dave kind of looks over at you with a confused look. I've never broken the back of a mountain, but I bet
Oh, so
I
then
could.
you're just some sort of scrub.
Wait, Dave? Dave? The same Dave I've never heard of?
You got a lot of sass, woman. Especially for a man. He takes a few steps back, away from the table, kicks the crossbow a little further away. One day, to get the vermin out. And then he strides out of the bar. Desmond gives a heavy sigh and shakes his head and goes, "All right, well, apparently the mayor has brought in our friendly dog catcher here to get rid of all the stray animals in town, stray dogs. I suppose that means that one too," he says, looking at Droopy. So,
I snarl at him.
I say,
you know, you
Droopy.
might want to hide him somewhere.
Yeah, I say, Droopy, don't resist, and then I just cast invisibility on him.
All right, Droopy, you are invisible.
I will get my crossbow.
Okay. Desmond looks at the three of you and says, "Don't kill him. He's a friend of mine. I got him this job. He's appointed by the king, and he's been hired by the mayor. He dies, there's going to be a big investigation, and everyone's heads are going to go on spikes.
All right, fine.
You can't kill him."
I go up to
Well,
Zen. What about
actually, we
Krob?
can. We're just not allowed.
Don't! Rocky. Rocky.
Do you see a slab of meat here?
Yes, you are a slab of meat.
Okay. Well, am I punching it? Am I running upstairs right now?
No, but I'm sure you'll be heading to your bunk to do
Is
some
he
sort of fisting of
Philadelphia's
your
favorite
own.
son?
Yeah, am I Philadelphia's favorite son?
I'm not sure what brotherly love has to do with this, but you can go upstairs with your brotherly love and keep fisting your meat. That's fine with me.
Okay.
All right.
Wait a minute. What about Glib-Glob?
I told you, I got Dave his job. Glibglob's totally fine.
Hey, wait a minute. This Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, with the name literally meaning that, being named by our founding fathers, who were extremely literate people and obviously knew the classics. And the Philadelphoi was the name for a Egyptian brother and sister pharaoh who ruled together and were lovers. What exactly did they mean when they named it the city of brotherly love?
What?
They should have known about that. I'm assuming that they knew about that. So that's a city of incest, is what I'm saying.
I think Philly has Greek roots, while the Philly from the Egyptians have Egyptianic roots. Convergent evolution of language, not of
You're
the same
overlooking
origin.
the entire Hellenistic era in which post-Alexander Greek rulers had been installed.
Is that when
as
this
the rulers.
Egyptian person was named? In
Yes.
post-Hellenistic
No,
society?
not person, brother and sister. The
Yeah. In post-Greco...
Yes, during the Hellenistic age.
Well then.
So, again, founding fathers, what the hell?
Perhaps they didn't take one small thing and make a big deal out of it. Do you make a big deal out of small things, Jill?
They founded this country.
Yeah.
America is built on taking some small
I'm sorry,
thing
this
and
is
making a big
Drekis. I
deal
don't know
out of
what America is. This is Drekis. Oh god, we
So
lost a Bastion?
We scared Bastian away.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
He was afraid of our American history.
It's
Our
not
American
actually that
roots.
funny, but I enjoyed it. Okay, in the meantime, we'll just do this without Bastion. When he shows up, we'll just go right back to what we were doing before. So,
All right. So all it seems like we need to do is hide him, and now he's invisible. So quest complete. Okay.
Bam. All right, look at that. 5 billion XP.
are you really going to be able to keep him invisible?
Yeah, last 24 hours.
Last 24 hours.
Well,
Most
he's-
overpowered spell that exists.
I said we have a day, so I mean,
He's
after
not
the day's,
known
after
as
the day's up.
the dog catcher for a reason. Or he is known as the dog catcher for a reason. It's not just because he catches dogs. Because he does it so damn well.
Is it because his wife is ugly?
So you're saying
That's an
that we
unrelated
need to-
truth.
Are you
Unrelated truth.
Are you sure about that? Because that's what I'm getting here. It's that he's trying to compensate for something. So
I can't comment on that. He's
All
an
we
old
really
friend.
need-
But you should know, Dave
least-
has
at least you're a good friend.
he's got a lot of resources at his disposal.
Like what? Like wood and iron and stuff?
He's
So
got a
how-
lasso of weakness.
Oh, so
How
it's a little panda.
long will he be trying to catch the dogs and strays in town?
Until
Tell
they're
me
all
about-
caught, and then he'll move on.
Until
What does
we can
this
find a reason
lasso
to get him
of
fired.
weakness do?
Well, it makes whoever is bound by the lasso extraordinarily weak, so you can't resist when he tugs you in. You know, you toss
That
it
is
over
such a weird coincidence because I have one exactly like that. It even looks the same. And I've mentioned it now before his lasso ever disappeared.
Boys.
Jill.
It makes sense. I mean, she has one. She just said it.
You know, I'm not like the rest of these people. I don't believe your ridiculous stories all the time. Right? So,
Why? How is that ridiculous? I'm chocked.
tell me, what
full
does
of
his
magic
lasso look
items.
like?
A rope.
It's made out of hemp, twisted and braided, and rolled into a coil.
That's like saying you're describing someone's house as having 4 walls and a roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very generic
Some
description,
houses have
Julian.
more than
It's
4
not.
walls.
I'm known for having all kinds of magic.
That's fair.
items.
Can I see your magic rope?
No, I gave it to my boyfriend who's in Canada. He's a model. But I think he's going to send it back to me soon.
I'm not sure where this Canada is. That's not a part of our world. You're breaking the 4th wall again, Rob.
No, it's where your friend there, Mr. Dog Getter. It's where he filmed his very special movie.
I'm known for having tons of magic items. I have so many, I don't even have them all identified. I've got an orc spell book. What's in there? I don't even remember. I've got 2 magic rings. What do? Never found out. It's just, why is it so unbelievable? Why is the lasso of weakness that I've always had that I got as a graduation party present instead of going to Europe? Why is that so unbelievable?
Because there's only one lasso of weakness that's ever been, reported in the world, and who gives you a lasso of weakness as a graduate? This is just...
I know! That's what I said. It's like, come on, Uncle. I wanted to go, like, aisle.
All right. Okay. No, fine. Oh, God. Just don't get me involved in any of your shenanigans.
But you're already involved in Shenanigans.
Said the name!
Oh, my God. I miss Melissa. He walks out of the room, back towards the bar where there's the crying orc, and then he just throws his hands up and leaves the bar. He just walks out.
All right.
That was the one flaw with Die Hard is they never actually said that anywhere in the movie. Otherwise, it's a perfect film.
But don't worry, they said it in Die Hard 2.
No, they didn't. And that was a terrible film. There's this big plan that's all elaborate, but it has to have like a blizzard arriving on the same day as this other person. It's just...
Planes can't be diverted to any of the other airports that are just minutes away from that one. Because it's like there's no other airports in the eastern seaboard Washington area. I mean, who flies there?
It's a terrible film. It should just go Die Hard 1, Die Hard 3, and that's it.
So Neal's just annoyed because they never said Die Hard 2 in the movie. So, but don't worry, we're better than that. Neal already said the name of the show in this show, so...
You know what? We're just going to take a break early. I can't deal with this shit. We're just taking an early break, and maybe Bastian will come back. See you guys on the other side.